So I borrow a line from Minister Mitchell. Like this insulting practice is akin to slave shaming. Handcuffed, manacled, and walking through the streets.
With guns.
Right? And then you have guns. Well, if you have guns, why you have to shackle a man in the first place? You think he'll run from you if you have guns? But it's slave shaming. And we have to be concerned about that as well. Further, what is more interesting, I was shocked to have come across an alert sent from the anti-corruption branch, which announced the time of the arraignment of a former senator and invited the press to cover it.
Yes, that's all, every last one. I was there.
You understand?
Yes.
You understand what's happening? The press, even before this former senator's lawyer knew when and the time he was to appear in court. In fact, the lawyer didn't know that he was going to be charged because something was supposed to happen that day that they canceled.
That's right.
The press knew before they knew, and the press was sent. And what is that about? What is that about? And they invited press coverage. That's what's happening in this country. And of course, that supported the last point I made in my letter to the Prime Minister. I call on him to cause for a speedy resolution of this obvious abuse of state power. Lest wayward police officers and offended political personalities involved continue to engage in these dangerous, unconstitutional, and criminal abuses that's being visited upon our colleagues. Visited upon Smith, Dorset now, and Smith, the two Smiths. No, David Gomez, he made the point, with which I agree, that the administration's directives for the Royal Bahamas Police Force to pursue corruption cases before legislation is passed to effectively establish an independent anti-corruption agency has exposed the system to abuse, bias, and political interference from the governing party. Damien also quoted an anonymous and senior source in the Royal Bahamas Police Force who claimed government officials have given specific directions to the police to go after certain investigations. The officer said, it ain't us, it's not us, it's them. As more police officers began to speak out against this rampant abuse of power, and I've been encouraged more of them to do so, more troubling questions are coming to the fore. The criteria of the United Nations Convention on Corruption calls for the establishment of specialized, independent anti-corruption agencies to conduct such probes. This is specifically to avoid such disgraceful use of state power through political contamination. These protocols were obviously ignored by the Effingham government in their rush to judgment and to met out victims' justice and political vengeance against PLP personalities. PLPs, we must be strong and standing on our principal ground. We must not become weak-kneed in the face of a purely political exercise designed to demonize our party, demoralize us, and weaken our political resolve. This exercise has absolutely nothing to do with weeding out corruption in government. It has everything to do with political persecution and intimidation. That is pure and simple. We must speak out against this nefarious and dangerous practice in the strongest terms. On Saturday past, the country had suffered 6 homicides in 6 days. A 7th person was shot multiple times early Sunday morning with a high-powered rifle and is in hospital fighting for his life. Scores of workers are being terminated, joining the unemployment line, while over 5,000 students in June joined the labor market in search of jobs. Electricity rates have gone up, and there is still not a plan for energy sector reform to drive down the cost of electricity for the FNM government. As a priority, has given their rich friends and donors huge tax breaks. Seeking political retribution is another high priority item on their political to-do list. There are many serious issues facing this country that we must continue to highlight. The PLP has always been the people's champion and a voice for the poor, the weak and the voiceless. That cause continues to this day. As Melanie continues her outreach in this community, I ask that you give of your time and talents in support of her important work. I'm encouraged that you continue to meet regularly to discuss the affairs of the party, your community, and by extension the country. And I am confident that Yamacraw will continue to grow from strength to strength on our march to 2022. I thank you again for your kind invitation, and I'm happy to entertain questions if you have any at this time. President.